welcome back to my channel. My name is Melanie. I make videos about living in Copenhagen. As you can see behind me, I'm currently not in Copenhagen. I'm actually in the countryside in Sweden, in an area called Västergötland. But actually we've stayed in quite a special house. It's called the Naturvillan, and it's an eco house, and it's completely off-grid. So I'm going to walk you up to the house so you can see actually what it looks like from the outside, and then I'm going to take you around the house inside and show you some of the amazing innovations there. Now, you might have watched a documentary on Apple called Home, and one of them was set in Sweden, and it was a man called Anders who built himself a nature house. He's actually the builder of this house, and we're renting it from him. As I say, the house is completely off-grid. You can see at the top of this apex facing us here, solar panels. There are more around the other side. There's also a wood burner inside which helps heat the water. There is a generator which, if there isn't enough sun or the batteries fail for whatever reason, there is backup power there. So this is it. Now basically it's a house inside a greenhouse. So the idea is that the outside part indoors is always at a nice temperature. There's lots of things growing in there, but it means that you kind of like have an outside place that you can sit all year round, which is a lovely, lovely temperature. So here we go. You can see inside there, but as I say, we will go inside later. Let's walk around this way. So you can see up there, I think you can probably see that there's some windows open. Now they're on an automatic opener. So when it gets to a certain temperature at the very top of the building, they open themselves. And there's loads of different, normally we see brambles, blackberries, but here they're wild raspberries. So let's walk around it. More solar panels on this side. Now that is the main source of energy for the house, and while we've been here, although it is in July, most days the electricity is still at 97% in the batteries. Now again, this beautiful, beautiful countryside. At the moment the sun doesn't set here until 10 o'clock at night, which is really, really nice, and of course it doesn't get immediately dark, and it does stay light for some time. You can see up close the solar. So you have two sides of it here. This is one of the outside bits inside, and very, very lovely here. We have a hot tub, and if you look into the distance, let me see if I can zoom in a little. In the distance there, you can see a line of blue. So that's a lake, and it's the third biggest lake in Europe. So here's the hot tub, and if we go down we can walk. All of this is part of the land that belongs to the house, and if you're into nature and such like, there's some giant toadstool type things. I've been going crazy with the mushroom spotting, which I'll be sharing on or I will have shared on my Instagram. And so that's here. Now if I turn around, you can see the house from a distance. Now obviously the sun is quite low in the sky, but there it is. So there isn't really any sitting out places outside the house. Now the main reason for that is because you have these bits within the house, and there are loads of different sitting areas, or what I refer to as reading nooks, that you can go in, so you can have lots and lots of peace and quiet in the house. And something's just spiked my foot. As we go back past the toadstools again, and back up we go here. Now the hot tub here gets heated. You burn wood in that box down there, and then it heats it up. And the days that we've used it, we've actually found that it's heated up a little too hot. So that's definitely something that you need to work on. Now let's just take you around this last bit here. We've got a barbecue, and there's this lovely bench and rock here where I really like to sit first thing in the morning. And I sit here, listen to my podcast, just like look around me. Never hopeful I'm going to see an elk, but so far no luck on that front. And we're back around to this side, so it's really, really bright there. There we go. And up there you can see the solar panels again. And let's take a look inside. Now we're coming into the house. This is the first kind of entrance hall area here. Now this is in the greenhouse part of the house, as you can see, and it goes way up. We're going to go up there and explore that in a minute. Got a nice little seating area here, and there's a lot of, you're going to see so many more plants, but there's lots of pot plants here with herbs and lavender in them. And down here in this cupboard here, which I open very gently, that's the battery that this solar is adding to here. And as you can see, the battery power at the moment is 98%. Now of course it's been long sunny days here. We have had some rain, but you know, in general there's been a lot of light. And then you've got these sort of raised beds here. Now I'll talk about how the watering of these works, which is quite interesting. But you've got grapevines, a fig tree, some more herbs and flowers, tons and tons of tomatoes right down here. And you've got kale, you've got courgettes there, you've got some peppers here, you've got some rocket, loads and loads of tomatoes, and I have to say these tomatoes are absolutely delicious. You've got them here, so they're kind of climbing up. More tomatoes. I mean, look at these bad boys. They're amazing. And down we go, just down here. And you can only imagine how many tiny tomatoes are going to be on this very soon. Here we go, more and more tomatoes. So this is another area. Now, the watering of these actually comes from the wastewater in the house. So the house is completely off-grid. So the power comes from the solar panels or the generator if need be. The water comes from a borehole outside. There is no sewage here, so the water goes through, and I won't pretend I understand exactly how it works, but it goes through a sort of a filter system, so you can't put a lot of toilet paper down the toilet, and it gets filtered, and then it waters these plants from below. And then this is the back end of the outside area, so you've got a dining table there, this is like my little reading area here, and then back to where we were outside with that beautiful view. Now we get into the actual house part of the building. So you have this big sort of open plan galley kitchen area here. You've got one bedroom on the side there. I won't take you into some of the bedrooms because they might be a bit untidy. We've got cooker, microwave, fridge freezer here. This one is the freezer, this one's the fridge. You've got a dishwasher as well, and you've got an oven hob there. This is the wood burner that you have inside, which heats the water. So we have there. And then a dining table there, and then behind me is the living space. And on each floor there are doors that go back out into this area here. But let's go upstairs. There's a bathroom downstairs with a shower in it. There's also what he calls the technology room, which is where all the kind of the controls, how you drive the house there. So we come up here, and this is the second floor, or the first floor if you're American or Danish. You've got a small bed over here, and this is the upstairs bathroom. It's got all my cosmetics in it. Let's put the light on. Here we go. Now this is the toilet. The toilet is a Japanese style toilet. It opens up on a sensor when you come close to it. You have you have this remote control, and you can raise the toilet seat if you want to. If you're a man and you want to wee, you can get the seat up completely. And then this one here with the picture of a bottom with a spray. It's basically a bidet, so that sprays your bottom when you've done a poo. This one here sprays if you have sat down and you've done a wee. You can change the strength of it, you can change the temperature, you can change the angle, and then when you finish you press this this one up here, which is basically like a hand dryer but for your bum. And we've been told that we can put two squares of toilet, two squares of toilet paper into it. Anything else that doesn't have anything on it, like you've used to wipe things up, you can just put that in the bin at the side. Now, being an off-grid house, it also doesn't have refuse collection. So he has a big refuse bin out there and also a food waste one, where you put it in and then it has to be taken directly to the tip. Now, this is the main bedroom. It's got a workspace over here. And there are huge windows, so you can see right out across and back down there to where we saw like the reading nook. And then there's this sort of walkway that goes along, which goes along here, and there are doors into each of the rooms on this floor. And down there is where we walked and saw all the tomatoes. So there you go, tomatoes. So this is like a nice little walkway. This is really sunny. He's put these sort of hessian things above to give a little bit of shade, because the sun can come down quite hard here. And this is another door back in to that floor there. Another seating area out here. This is out in the sort of, the inside part. More plants here. And then we have, so you can see down here, that was where we came in, the entrance hall. And there's some stairs here. Now we're going to go upstairs to the very top. Now this isn't actually somewhere that you're supposed to stay. It's kind of like a working area for managing the solar, etc. But there are also, it's a bit difficult getting up. Here we go. Oh, we're up now. But he's also put some sunbeds up here. So this goes, let's swing round. This is in the top apex of the building. You can see the solar panels are up here on this side, the other ones are lower down. And then you've got a door at either end, so you can open it and it cools it down. Now when we came back today, we've been hiking and walking today. When we got back today, we hadn't left these windows open up here because we're a bit uncomfortable doing that when we're not here. The house was extremely hot when we came in, but by opening these, opening the downstairs and getting the completely through draft, the house cooled down really, really fast. Now up here is where I sat early in the morning to see if I could see anything, and I couldn't. And wouldn't it be fabulous while I'm filming this if an elk just walked across, just casual, but I don't think he's going to. And here we go across again. We've got these sort of sun lounges up here, so you can sit and you can watch the sunsets in that direction and rises over here. And then you walk along again, see the solar panels. You can see downstairs, see there's another kind of hessian thing to shade you. And then you get to here and you can see right out across, let's focus that in, across there to the lake. Really feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. So peaceful, so quiet, and actually quite an inspirational house the way it is built. I'll put loads of links down below of that documentary I referred to. Also Anna's website where you can read about these, and if you're interested in buying this beautiful house, I'm very jealous, but it is on the market. There are solar panels, and it's just amazing. You can lie up here and you can just watch the clouds gently moving by. I really hope you've enjoyed this tour walking around the nature house with me. It has been an amazing holiday. I think it's probably one of the best holidays that we've ever been on. I have never slept as well as I am here, and the feeling of calm, being around so much nature is absolutely wonderful. So until next time, bye for now.